Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Longchamp Racecourse here on Sunday. It is the 16th of April, 2023. Gonna look at the stakes races on the program from Longchamp, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for racecourses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the stakes action. Races 2, 4, and 5. The second race, it's the Group 3 PRIX NOAILLES Stakes. It's going for an $85,000 purse race for 3-year-olds here. Field of 7 horses, going 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the turf course. My top selection, I'm going to go take the 7-horse Fortune. I'm going to go 752 in your TriCash trifecta. 752 TriCash trifecta, top selection 7-horse Fortune. 3-year-old colt by Day Trivial here. Fabrice Chabet trains this one. Stefan Pasquier gets them out. 5-2. The horse hasn't been seen since the fall. That came the 26th November at Shanty on the poly track. About 1,800 meters in a 2-year-old conditions race, and the horse won by 2 lengths. He was a little bit wide, but he settled well from a wide post draw. He tried saving some ground, wasn't so successful, but when he had the turn of foot in the lane, he took off clear. A very good run. He is stepping up in class here today and stepping on turf for the first time. It shouldn't be a problem. He should definitely get the trip, and I think he can improve off of that run. Or not stepping on turf. He's coming back to turf for the first time since the debut. 16th of October, came here at Longchamp. 1,800 meters, mile and eighth in a 2-year-old condition race, and he won by a half length. Again, he had a good trip traveling on the front end. He quickened up nicely. A lot of horses weren't handling the trip or the going that day, but he was. He got the job done. A very, very good run. Refreshing here today. I think he's loaded. I think the 5-horse here, Londoner for Ian O'Brien and Christophe Soumillon, is your second likeliest winner. Again, hasn't been seen since the fall. That came in Ireland at Dundalk on the poly track. 1 mile in a 2-year-old main race where he won by 4. Stupidly wide, but he got good position getting out of the gate to save some ground, and he took off clear. Very, very good run. Major improvement off the race before. It came at Navan over soft ground. 1 mile on the 5th of October. He finished 4th by 12 lengths. Never really got going. He never weakened out of it, but he still needs something more. Coming here today, he could definitely win on paper. I'm going to use him in your multi-race. But to recount my selection for the second from Paris Longchamp, it's the Group 3 PRIX NOAILLES. Going to take the 7-horse Fortune. Give kudos to the 5-horse Londoner. 752 TriCash trifecta. 7-5 in your multi-race. The fourth race now from Longchamp, it's the Group 3 PRIX De Fontainebleau. It's a Group 3 event for Class 1 horses going for an $85,000 purse race for 3-year-olds and upwards. 3-year-olds here. Field of 7 horses going 1,600 meters or a mile on the turf course. I'm going to take the 7-horse Victoria Road as a top selection. Let's go 741 in your TriCash trifecta. 741 TriCash trifecta, top selection 7-horse Victoria Road. 3-year-old colt by Saxon Warrior. Coolmore owns this one. Ian O'Brien trains. Elataz Menzabal gets them out. The horse's most recent outing came at Keeneland, 1 mile on the 4th of November in the Breeze Cup Juvenile Turf, and it was a success from this horse. Winning by a nose from the inside post where he stalked. He had the great turn of foot, and he destroyed the group of horses home. A very, very good race. Returning to France today in a 3-year-old campaign. Not the world's toughest race. I think the horse get the trip to win here today. 2 back in the Group 3 Prix de Conde at Chantilly, mile and 8th, 17th of September. The horse won by neck that day, and he had to be used a lot that day, but he had great turn of foot, and he got the job done. A very good, gritty performance for him there. And then enlisted 6 at Deauville, 1 mile, 20th of August. He won by a nose that day. And again, he had the inside poster. He really took off clear. And he took off very, very nicely. A very, very good race for him there. He's a winner of his last 4. Broke the main at Gowan in August very, very nicely. He was a little bit of a late bloomer, but as the season went on, he really became a better horse. Coming here today, I think he's loaded. I think you can throw out the 4-horse American Flag for Christophe Soumillon. He's 4-1 here on debut, 3-year-old debut at Saint-Cloud over the mile. And enlisted stakes on the 18th of March. The horse won by 3 lengths. He really put on a show. Very, very good race there. Prior to that, on the 9th of November at Saint-Cloud, 1 mile on a conditions race, he broke the main by 8. And again, another very, very nicely done run. Even in defeat on the debut at Deauville on the turf, it wasn't bad at all. It could be forwardly paced. At 4-1, I'm definitely going to use this horse in the multis. But to recount my selection now for the fourth, it is the Group 3 PRIX De Fontainebleau. Let's take the 7-horse Victoria Road. Give kudos to the 4-horse American Flag. 741 TriCash trifecta. 7-4 in your multi-race. Let's get to the co-featured 5th race now from Paris Longchamp. It is the Group 3 Prix de la GROTTE Stakes. It's a Group 3 event going for an $85,000 purse race for 3-year-olds here. Fillies. Field of 9 horses going 1,600 meters or a mile on the turf course. Kind of, these 2 races, the Fontainebleau and the GROTTE, are kind of prep races for the Guineas coming up in about 5 weeks time here at Longchamp. So it's a good prep race. My top selection, I'm gonna go with the 8-horse Algolia. I'm gonna go 8-7 in your forecast exacta. 8-7 forecast exacta. The Lupe de Vega forecast here. Both of them are bred by are the sires of these horses. But the top selection would be the 8 horse Algolia. 3-0 for the by Lupe de Vega. Andre Farb trains. Maxime Guillon gets the mount. Horse's most recent outing came 28th of March at Saint Cloud. 1 mile heavy ground in the 3-0 condition race. And the horse went by 2 lengths that day. And he had a good trip. He stalked all the way around. When he had the turn of foot at the top lane, he kept going. It looked like they never got to the bottom of the horse, but it was still a very good run. He's coming here today with a good low post stroke. It'll be low, forwardly paced. I think the horse can improve and get the job done here today. 2 back, the horse ran on debut 7th of March at Chantilly on the poly track, 1 mile in a conditions race, and the horse went by 5 lengths. A little bit wide throughout, but he had the turn of foot and he outclassed the horses. A very, very good debut. Definitely bred to get the mile, has a good post draw. I think the horse could get the good trip. You can't throw out the 7 horse Autumn Starlight either for Christophe Soumien and Stefan Wattel. 9-5 favorite here. Most recently in an enlisted stakes at Saint Cloud on the 18th of March over the mile. The horse went by a nose and had to be used a lot that day, but she showed a very good performance that day. On debut in October at Saint Cloud on yielding ground, 7.5 furlongs in a condition in a main race. The horse went by 3/4 lengths, run stupidly wide throughout, which probably cost a margin of victory for this horse that day, with it being a little smaller. But this horse, again, had the turn of foot to win. Nothing bad about this horse stepping up in class here today. Another likely winner. Use this horse on the ticket. But to recap my selection for the 5th from Petit Longchamp, it's the Group 3 Prix de Grotte. Let's take the 8 horse Algolia. Give kudos to the 7 horse Autumn Starlight. 8-7 forecast exacta. Use them both in the multi-race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.